No.
Oh wow, you got that in right at the fucking start. That was perfectly timed.
You
Okay.
gotta leave it in now.
Yeah, now I have to. Fuck. Okay, good. Stop interrupting me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, this is the Shut Your Mouth Lounge podcast. Oh my god, I'm stumbling over myself. It's the same podcast it always is. Deal with it. And today we've got.
We're off to a great start.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's a good podcast when we're all rambunctious like this.
Yeah, welcome to the PV Pink podcast, where we talk about the episodes of PV Pink that haven't been released at all.
Welcome to the PV Pink podcast, where we all gang up on Pink and beat the shit out of him.
This week, baseball bats.
Yeah! I can't wait for next week's episode. Sickles! Uh, so, yeah, we got a slim selection of topics today, as we tend to, because most of it is just. This is mostly, at this point, a weekly log of our activities, with occasional discussion of relevant topics at the time. So, the first topic we got suggested is, so John Cena and Nikki Bella have broken up. I feel strange that we're even talking about this because this seems like the kind of thing that's like irrelevant, and yet it might be very very relevant.
I mean, it might be. I threw it in mostly as a gag.
Well, we can still talk about it. I mean, it doesn't come as any surprise to me because what I've heard about Cena behind the scenes paints him as kind of the individual you wouldn't want to be stuck in a long term relationship with. Or rather, he's the kind of individual who wouldn't want to be stuck in a long term relationship with you.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard stories, but I don't want to repeat them because, half of them are probably horse shit. It's wrestling. There's kayfabe and there's stupid rumors started by smarks. It's so difficult to discern the truth from the fiction from time to time,
Yeah. Everything's a work.
Yeah. I will say, hopefully this bombs the shit out of their Total Divas show. Eh.
Is Total Diva still running? Wasn't it replaced by Total Bellas?
It,
No, there are just two shows now.
yeah,
Why?
it was so successful they gave the Bellas their own spin-off. It's kind of crazy. I feel like it's part of the reason why WWE gives way more merit to the women competitors nowadays. I mean, my family watched Total Divas at first when it came out, and it's only because of that show that my family knows who the fuck Tyson Kidd is. So, what does that mean?
He's the cat guy who got injured by Small Joe,
Yeah,
who had
basically,
no chance of sacrifice.
Senior Joe, and that's kind of a depressing thing for me because like Tyson Kidd's one of my favorite workers in WWE in the past 10 years, and that's the only reason that anyone will ever remember Tyson Kidd.
Yep,
Small
just
Joe.
about.
Yeah, but it's funny because it cites such an interest in the later Hart generation that the other day I had a family member ask me who is Davy Hart Smith. Or no, what was his name? What was the name of British Bulldog's kid that went to the fucking
David Hart, I think.
David
David
Hart.
Hart
Yeah,
Smith.
I believe it was. Yep, just David Hart Smith.
Right, because I was getting confused because I thought British Bulldog's name was similar, but wasn't British Bulldog's real name like Davy Boy Smith or something like that?
Yeah, it was David
Yeah.
Boy. It was David Boy Smith.
Ah, what a fucking stupid name to name your kid if it's so similar to your own name. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, British Bulldog.
He will always be a Boy Smith.
Yeah, he'll always. Oh, wait, Boy Smith. What kind of occupation does that title imply? Does he smith boys in the same way that a blacksmith weapons he smiths boys?
That is an excellent question, and I've never thought about it until this very moment.
I'm just reminded of an old fucking what was it? Strong Bad? No, Homestar Runner character that was the Poop Smith. Anyone remember a Homestar Runner? No?
Never watched
I
it.
don't.
Okay. Yeah, that's some mid 2000s internet shit. Yeah, back when the internet was a fucking wild west of Newgrounds and wherever the fuck. God. But yeah, we've immediately jumped off the Cena and Nikki breakup topic because we don't care.
That's how much we care about it.
Yeah. It just paints more of a picture of what we assume to be Cena. And, you know, it's almost impossible to judge Cena for what kind of person he actually is because none of us know him.
Mhm.
But, you know, it's there.
All I'm gonna say is that I await Count Chocula's WWE debut as
Okay.
the new face of WWE.
Okay. I'm past the point of questioning. So, yeah. Alright. Jesus Christ, what is mimetic about Count Chocula anyways? I never got that. Why does it's just a shitty off-brand cereal. Why does everybody bring it up?
I I just brought it up because Cena's on a cereal.
Well, Cena's always been on a cereal. Cena was fucking on a cereal like 10 years ago. Didn't they put him on... well, I know people love to make fun of him, compare him to... What was it?
Fruity Pebbles, I think.
Fruity Pebbles, yeah. And then he was on Fruity Pebbles, so... Yeah, he's always been there. Yeah, let's move off this topic. That topic gave us a good 5 minutes.
Yeah. So
Burned straight to the ground right when it started.
As it should have.
It's
Alright, so
a lot like their entire relationship.
As it should have. Alright, the real topic, the greatest Royal Rumble. What the fuck is the greatest Royal Rumble? I gotta fucking...
Well,
it's the Royal Rumble sponsored by the Great Khali.
basically,
Oh, I'm used to... I figured it would be like the Chinese Royal Rumble, because that bizarre Chinese translation thing.
I think it's set in like, I don't know, it's somewhere in the Arab countries.
Oh, is this that thing that they were setting up in Saudi Arabia?
yes.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I didn't hear that it was called the Greatest Royal Rumble. Is that a translation thing? Like, is
No,
that...
I don't believe so. It's just the greatest Royal Rumble because they had 50 participants in this one instead of 30.
Oh, good. So it's more of a mess.
Yeah.
Undertaker will come out 3 times.
And every time he will get eliminated by Maven.
Yeah. And every time he actually does his full entrance.
Half of my purpose on this podcast is to be like, hey, remember this stupid thing? Maven.
Well, all of my thing on this podcast is, hey, no, this stupid thing. So,
But
irrelevant if
everybody
you're out.
else legitimately doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's memes versus bad nostalgia. Bad memes versus bad nostalgia.
Exactly.
But is this the thing where the women just aren't showing up at all because Saudi Arabia is like one of the most misogynist countries on earth?
Yeah.
Right. What great timing with this increased women's wrestling prominence in WWE. Let's have 50 of the worst 50 male wrestlers from one of the worst eras of male wrestling in WWE history. This will be a great show. Who's ready to see Matt fucking Hardy?
But Matt and Bray Wyatt won the tag championships at that event yesterday.
They did?
They did. Because, every time they vacate or create a tag team championship, it's always going to be won by the tag team that is just thrown together at the last minute.
Yeah, I forgot about that old trope of, hey, here's two main event guys that we want to throw another title on their fucking records, but we don't actually want to give them the main title, and we don't want to interrupt what we're doing with the mid-card scene, so just throw the tag titles on them.
Yep.
There are some pretty fucking egregious tag teams of that. Wasn't there like a Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels tag team once?
I think
Once.
what?
Yeah, that is a tag team no one will remember. Like there have been times where they've tried to throw main eventers together as tag teams and it's worked. Like the most prominent example probably being Kane and Daniel Bryan, or Kane and X-Pac, or Kane and Undertaker.
Kane and Hurricane.
Kane and Hurricane, yeah. Well, what is Kane's... I guess it's just the whole thing of the... In most cases, it's just the humor of having Kane be this big, stupid evil with a dumb little innocent guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and RVD as well.
RVD, right? Yeah, no one's gonna remember that one though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Kane and half of the 2003 roster on this simultaneously.
simultaneously, yeah. Oh man, I remember when Kane and Big Show was a tag team. God, why? Okay.
Remember Jerry Show?
Yeah. But yeah, they brought Bray Wyatt back already from the Lazarus Pit?
Yeah, he's now reformed from the
Yeah.
Church of Abigail to the Church of Brokenness or whatever.
Okay, so did he get reformed into Baraka?
No.
The way I understood what you said, I heard that I heard you say, did he get reformed into Baraka?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean,
I, did you suddenly forget about the Matt Hardy as Shang Tsung canon?
yes, I did. Bloody hell.
Look, Jeff Hardy is Reptile and Bray Wyatt is Baraka. Matt Hardy is going to turn the entire roster into Mortal Kombat characters.
Why is Jeff Hardy reptile? Oh, I guess as it's fit. Yeah.
He's green, he's agile, and like no one gives a shit about him, even though he kind of does cool stuff sometimes. That's Reptile to me. So hey, whatever.
So when is Matt Hardy and freaking Triple H teaming up to break Daniel Bryan's neck?
Okay, I actually. Hey, wait, didn't Triple H pretty much dress up as Shao Kahn already?
I didn't even Shao Kahn. Yeah, he could be Shao Kahn though. Who would be Quan Chi?
Quan Chi, that'd be Cesaro, maybe?
Well, then when are Matt Hardy and Cesaro teaming up to break Daniel Bryan's neck?
Okay, which one's Daniel Bryan? You're gonna have to help me here.
Liu Kang.
I can't see Daniel Bryan as Liu Kang. I don't know.
I googled Shao Kahn, and Triple H did dress up as him one time.
Oh boy, yeah, that's what I was hoping. Was it that stupid Terminator thing where the Titantron had Arnold on it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought that was the dumbest shit.
I kinda like the mask, though I guess only because it looked like Shao Kahn.
You know, yeah, it would have been awesome if it wasn't supposed to be Terminator, if it was just Triple H. But the fact they tried to tie it into the Terminator movie that was coming out at the time made it fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, nothing will ever be as bad as that time that WCW brought out RoboCop, but still. That is still more than Shockmaster. That is still the most unbelievable part of WCW's bullshit to me. That they actually fucking did that. This is one of those moments where I bring up a stupid old wrestling thing and hope I'm not the only one who remembers it, and you guys aren't just humoring me.
No, I'm pretty sure everyone remembers RoboCop.
Yeah, I know RoboCop.
As
How
they
dare you
should.
try to sully the name of the Shockmaster, though. You should be ashamed.
Yeah, the name of Shockmaster sullies itself, honestly. Man, I haven't seen the Shockmaster clip in a long time. I think it's my annual time to watch Shockmaster again.
Yeah. But I have to watch that clip at least once a week. Come on, man. Give it the time.
Doesn't Sid or somebody in the background say like I told you so because they told whoever put the freaking
The fucking
wall
bedazzled
together.
stormtrooper helmet?
No, the wall. Like Sid or somebody warned whoever put that together to not put a solid wood near where Shockmaster's leg would be, or because he will fall over. And then when he actually falls over, you can hear them say "I told you so" or something.
Yeah, and I think you can also hear the guy in the Shockmaster mask, who I forget who he is, but I think you can hear the actual Shockmaster like under his breath going "fucking shit" when he falls over. It amazes me that things like that get filmed live and unedited. Why would they do that? That is the perfect kind of thing that you can just film beforehand and record it and just show the recording heavily edited.
Yeah,
But-
because it's just a backstage vignette type thing. Like, they didn't have to do that live at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm,
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm reminded of an old 2000s era thing where Batista was shown backstage like exercising and getting ready to go through the gorilla position to get to his match. And a random fan that had broke into the backstage runs in front of him, and the security runs after him. And Batista just looks in amazement after them. And it's like, why would you not film this shit beforehand to prevent this kind of thing?
Even now, they did a similar thing where they had this promo on NXT, I think, and they started the promo twice. And by that I mean that they messed up while filming it, and then whoever edited it, because it was pre-recorded, I think, didn't actually cut the first take out. So.
Oh, of course. Whenever it's actually pre-edited, they don't. Whenever it's actually pre-recorded, the editor doesn't do his fucking job, because that's how WWE works. Oh, that WWE. Okay. I'll say one thing though. There is one benefit to them not pre-recording it and just doing it live. If they had pre-recorded it, we probably would have never gotten the Scott Steiner algebra promo.
Good point. Good point.
And we probably never would have got the moment when he what was it? Remember when the Germans bombed Iwo Jima? It's Pearl Harbor all over again, baby. Or what if was it? Was that what he said? I'm lost in the mess of Scott Steiner insanity.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I definitely remember that.
Something crazy like that, though, definitely.
Like, it says a lot about Steiner that Botchamania makes videos specifically for Steiner and just calls them Steiner Mania.
There's also Sin Cara Mania, I think.
Yeah, that's probably true. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never watched Botchamania before, go watch Botchamania. Seriously. It's the fucking best collection of wrestling stupid bullshit. But, yeah, so this Greatest Royal Rumble thing, is it actually for anything? Is there any benefit to the winner?
No, I don't believe there was. Braun won it, and he got a big-ass trophy and a belt.
Oh, so there is some reward. He'll probably go on, the next Raw or SmackDown and be like, hey, I won the Greatest Royal Rumble. Bow down, bitches.
Yep. So, yeah, he gets all the glory. There's just no stipulation like the typical Royal Rumble where he gets to face a champion or anything like that.
Even though, if you think about it, Royal Rumbles are like the least fair shit ever. Because whoever goes in at slot number 1 or slot number 2 may as well just eliminate themselves, Like, logically, I mean, there was the one time with Rey Mysterio, but again, wrestling is kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, you just eliminate yourself to save yourself the inevitable injuries that you would get for no reward.
Yeah.
Just throw the fucking match. If you're not in the top 10, just fucking get out of the ring. Slide in, slide out. Oh no, wait, you can't eliminate yourself by going under the bottom rope, can you? Okay, you need to.
You gotta jump out first, then you're out.
Okay, slide in, then do a backflip out.
Slide in and then plunge on the referee.
Yeah. Is there even a referee?
They have the referees on the outside, or they used to anyway.
Okay,
yeah, they used to.
Don't do it to the referee though. The referee, there's nothing to be gained from hitting the referee. No, plancha onto Michael Cole.
Yeah. Spare us all the commentary.
Take the entire commentary desk with you.
Put yourself through a table.
Yeah, I'm just imagining him plunging onto the table and the commentary table exploding like it does in the video games.
Yeah.
Wooden debris off the commentary desk flies off into the audience, hits a mom and her baby.
And then Brock Lesnar throws a car door at them.
Yeah. Wait, did Brock Lesnar throw a fucking car door? When did that happen?
I think he was supposed to demolish a car or something, and then while stripping off the door, he let go of it while throwing it aside, and instead of throwing it aside, he threw it at a fan.
Oh boy. I can imagine Lesnar doing that. I can see it in my head. When you said that though, I felt like it was like a Here Comes the Pain kind of thing. You know, those goofy games where for some reason you could use a car door as a weapon because that seems like the kind of thing those games would do.
Mm-hmm.
And on one hand, it was stupid and insane. On the other hand, there's something really comical about getting these pro wrestlers, who are very much real people with real human limits, but having them do stupid superhero fights where they pick up impossible weapons and beat each other with them.
Remember in SmackDown 2, I think it was, where you could pick up a whole sofa.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, and if you had a casket match, you could pick up an entire casket and smack somebody with it. And if you hit someone hard enough with the casket, instantly it'd transition into them being in the casket.
With you holding them up.
Yeah, and that was also the game where you could play as managers in the matches. And so you had fucking Paul Bearer with super speed carrying an entire casket, smacking people around with it.
Well, I mean, if the name fits.
Yeah, it does actually. My levels are going crazy. My mic levels are just going apeshit. I'm yelling. And I don't know. Oh boy. So this greatest Royal Rumble, so what the match? Was it a stinker or was it an alright?
I did not see the Greatest Royal Rumble itself because I was out of the house at that time. I saw the first couple of matches and I had to go.
Did we at least get the like obligatory Kofi Kingston does something incredible to avoid getting eliminated spot?
I'm assuming so. I did see like a thumbnail on YouTube maybe of him like backpacking onto Xavier Woods and they're both on the outside of the apron. So curious as to what shenanigans occurred out there, but I'm assuming they did in fact do the obligatory Kofi Kingston does something incredible to save himself.
That actually sounds like a neat spot, because is there anything like obligatorily saying like once you get eliminated you have to leave ringside and go back to the fucking backstage?
No.
Okay, so then what's to stop Xavier Woods from just hanging around outside?
The referees, maybe.
Maybe. But at the same time, he's already lost the match. And you can't say, oh, well, maybe WWE would fire him or fine. Well, maybe in story, WWE would fire or fine him for doing that kind of thing. But WWE lets people get away with way worse shit. Remember when Owen Hart, or not Owen Hart, someone help me here. The fifth guy in, the fifth one in the Hart Foundation, the one who wasn't actually related to the Harts whatsoever.
Pillman.
Remember when Pillman pulled a fucking gun on Steve Austin?
Yeah.
If Brian Pillman can pull a gun on Steve Austin, then Xavier Woods can presumably just sit at ringside without any real repercussions. But then again, what are we doing? What are we to expect WWE to display consistency in their storytelling?
Instead of a fine, we're just shown Xavier getting shot by Vince backstage.
Yeah. Vince is at the top of the rafters with a sniper rifle, trying to scope up on Xavier at ringside.
Yeah.
I'll show you the real sharpshooter. I had Brett taken out because I'm the hitman. It always goes over well when I do my stupid Vince McMahon impression that's actually just Richard Nixon. Alright, I'm trying to look for extra ways to stretch out the Greatest Royal Rumble topic here, because it's a topic that Addy can actually talk about, and I know this next topic is going to be a Pink and Alex topic again.
I'm going to see Infinity War, so...
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's surprising. Have you watched any of the previous Marvel movies? Oh, by the way, audience, the next topic is Infinity War.
I watched Iron Man 1 and 2, and that's about it, I think.
Oh, man, we are going to need to get you up to speed, brother, because this is going to be a plot-fucking-heavy movie.
Yeah. Those two that you have seen don't contribute in any way to Infinity War.
If there is any set of movies that I would say you don't need to watch before watching this one, I'd say it's the Iron Man movies.
Yep.
Because, like, Cap, Thor, Guardians, all very much contribute here. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, but Iron Man, like, well, Ironmonger is going to have no effect here, I guarantee you. So, to put it basically, Captain America,
He exists.
okay,
yes.
yeah. So, the government basically tried to say, hey, all superheroes belong to us now. You can't be a superhero.
I've read the Civil War
Oh.
comic, so
Okay, Civil War happened, but Cap didn't die at the end like he does in the comics.
okay.
So Captain America, Falcon, Black Widow, Winter Soldier, they're all fugitives and considered war criminals. I think Winter Soldier and Captain America are seeking safe haven in Wakanda under Black Panther, which Wakanda itself has just undergone a civil war recently due to Killmonger. For Thor, Asgard just got blown the fuck up. All of the old Norse gods are dead except for Thor and Heimdall.
Is Loki not
Oh,
alive?
Thor, Heimdall, and Loki are still alive, and the regular Asgard civilians are still alive, but I don't think any of them are gods. And they're sailing through space with Hulk and a crazy ass rock monster named Korg, and the five of them are looking for a new home for the Asgardians.
By the way, does this mean that Ratatosk is dead as well?
Yes, Ratatosk, the world tree squirrel, is presumably dead. Sadly. Yeah. Ymir is also dead. I think Loki killed the shit out of him in the first movie.
Yeah.
What else is there? The Guardians of the Galaxy are...
They have Batista, yes.
Yeah, they have Batista. Batista does a way better acting job than you would ever expect. So...
And then there's the freaking space cadet guy who looks like Nova, but is not.
Star-Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he, his biological father and his actual father, like, the one who raised him, both just died horribly, so he may be kind of traumatized.
Okay, then there's Gamora, I think.
Yes, she is Thanos' daughter. Thanos was a very abusive father, so she wants Thanos dead.
And then there's the comedy duo, the raccoon and the tree.
The raccoon and the tree are more serious than you would think. They don't really have a horse in this race, but they'll still be there to fight anyways. Oh, and Thanos killed Batista's family, so Batista wants to kill Thanos.
So he'll walk 4,000 miles in this bit of danger.
Yes. Yes. Let's see, what else is there? Spider-Man, it has just started as a superhero. He's like a stupid kid who's still in high school and doesn't really know what he's doing. Doctor Strange has also just recently become the Doctor, I believe. And that hits just about all of them, doesn't it, Pink?
I believe so. I don't think we're missing out on anyone there.
Yeah. Oh, Hawkeye is supposed to have retired, but they're very ambiguous about it. He hasn't shown up in marketing at all, so his role in the movie might be kind of a surprise if he's there at all.
Hawkeye's gonna be Arsenal. He just becomes Arsenal.
You may be more right than you think. I'm not sure, but you may be more right than you think. Okay, what else is there? Oh, so they killed Ultron in Avengers, and through Ultron they made a new robot who's a nice one called Vision. And so Vision is this really human-like...
He's the one that cries.
Yeah. Vision is the human-like robot that Scarlet Witch wants to fuck. Look, nobody judges her for it. Nobody judges her for it. They have a happy relationship.
It's a thing in Japan, so I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Except there, the robots usually have boobs, but whatever. But, yeah, I think that just about runs over it. Oh, also Scarlet Witch's brother, Quicksilver, is fucking dead.
Shame.
Yeah.
Not really.
No. That Quicksilver is the only case where the X-Men movies did him better.
Quicksilver is just not a very likable character
Well, he's
in the
not.
comics, anyway.
He's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be a fucking
Oh, no.
jackass.
Yeah.
Is he like freaking what's his face? The Human Torch, only like the Flash. As in, the Human Torch with the Flash's powers.
Kind of, but more manipulative, sociopathic, and more pursuing the terrorist goals of his father.
Oh.
Got me in the middle of drinking water. Yeah, Quicksilver is one of those guys who has a tendency to flip between hero and villain very badly.
I see.
Which, that's probably not going to be a thing in the movies, because in the movies he was like, hey, he's here, he's kind of nice, he's dead. That's it. But yeah, no.
So, now we wait for the Darkest Knight movie. I think that was the name of the arc.
DC had a Blackest Night arc.
Alright, that's what I'm thinking of.
No, that one was about Batman and a bunch of other dead DC heroes coming back from the dead and murdering the shit out of Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And a bunch of other people. Didn't the Aqualad get murdered there? I think he did.
Yeah, probably. So, I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if they let any of the Aqua people live through that.
I mean,
that
didn't Aquaman try to kill his ex-wife or didn't he try to get his ex-wife to commit suicide by showing her that baby or something?
Aquaman was already dead, so zombie Aquaman might have done that.
Yeah, zombie Aquaman.
Okay, yeah, Aquaman and Mira are very much in love. The zombie superheroes all just behave like assholes because they were zombies, I guess. But that was actually the arc where Mira turned from being just Aquaman's wife to being a superhero of her own. It's like known as being this kind of strange arc in comics because we see Aqualad just get butchered by like zombie Aquaman, and then Mira whoops both of their asses once Aqualad zombifies. And it makes sense because Mira has the power to just control water in all forms, which when you think about it is a crazy fucking power.
Especially when you live underwater.
Yeah. Okay, so you both want to fight me? Alright, I'll just send you to the bottom of the fucking ocean. Have a fun time with Cthulhu, shitbirds.
And isn't Cthulhu actually a thing in
Oh yeah, and
the universe?
not only
he goes with doesn't Aquaman go with his rhyming demon to free the world of Cthulhu every year or something?
Not only is Cthulhu a thing in the DC universe, I'm pretty sure he actually counts as one of the undersea creatures that Aquaman can control.
Oh.
So that's one of the main factors for saying, okay, Aquaman may actually be one of the most powerful guys in the DC universe, if he can do that. Because Cthulhu is completely unstoppable. In any shape or form. Like, actually... Oh, I almost feel like... Yeah. Okay, let's not get into Lovecraft talk. I was almost about to get into Lovecraft talk, but we're already going a bit off topic. So yeah, and now that we've gotten Addy up to speed, there is the Infinity War predictions. So the inevitable one that I think we're going to run into is, who do you think is going to die? Because someone is dying. So
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. That would be really interesting if the reason they've not hyped up Hawkeye in the marketing at all is because the movie starts with his death. I've considered that.
It just starts in medias res with him dying as they hold him in their hand and cry.
I was imagining like you were going to say that the movie just starts like it just opens on a shot of Hawkeye's neck being held by Thanos and it snaps. And that's just the start of the movie.
No, that would be the movie as directed by the people who did Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, oh man, you don't even know. When I first played the Mortal Kombat 9 story mode, that moment spooked the shit out of me. Because I was always a Kung Lao fan, and like for a moment, it was this great, awesome, feel-good moment of seeing Kung Lao finally get a big victory to his name, and then he's dead. Speaking of Mortal Kombat 9, yeah, actually a lot of people are predicting that we're probably going to get a Sindel-esque sequence of Thanos killing 3 or 4 superheroes in a row. And I don't buy that they'll do it in the same way Mortal Kombat 9 did, but they might.
I mean, if Thanos can scream that loud, he might as well.
Thanos can kill people in one move like Sindel did. Remember when Sindel killed Jax just by kicking him in the throat? And that was it?
I don't think I do. I need to rewatch Mortal Kombat 9's story.
Most of Mortal Kombat 9's story is good. I'm not sure whether or not I like that sequence. Because on one hand, I admire the balls they had to just kill off the entire cast in one scene. But at the same time, that's kind of a bullshit, stupid thing. To just kill off so many well-loved characters in a single scene. Which, it's the same thing that goes on with comics. Pink knows what I'm talking about here. You get comics like Ultimatum that do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Ultimatum's a little bit different because comic book characters have a lot more legacy, a lot more material to work off of, and they also tend to be a lot more violent and very irreverent with the character deaths. Because I always remember with Ultimatum how Wolverine in particular just goes out in the worst way. Like, oh no, Magneto can control Cyclops' vision somehow. Oh, he fried Wolverine down to a skeleton, even though Wolverine survived much worse. I guess Wolverine's dead now.
Yep.
The one thing I really hated about Ultimatum, above everything else, was... Oh, my chair is squeaking! The one thing I hated above everything else with Ultimatum was the idea of Magneto being able to lift Mjolnir with his magnetism powers.
Yeah.
Because Mjolnir's thing of no one's able to lift it unless they're worthy is not a scientific thing. It's a magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Magic doesn't allow loopholes like that. Because it's controlled by Odin's actual fucking god powers. Odin would be like, oh hey, a loophole. Alright, I fixed it. Get fucked,
No
Magneto.
hammer for you.
Yeah, I specifically remember the only villain that has ever been able to lift it in the main universe is Thanos, because Thanos' magic is stronger than Odin's, and that's it. So, yeah, Ultimatum was stupid. But
Wasn't there like a take on Marvel or something where
Oh, wait.
they tried, yeah?
The worst one of all, it wasn't Wolverine. I made that statement about Wolverine full well knowing it wasn't the worst. I couldn't remember what the worst was. I remembered what the worst death out of Ultimatum was. Wasp.
Alright, because she gets eaten.
By the fucking blob.
Yeah.
In the worst, most graphic way possible, for no reason, with no build-up. The camera fucking pans away from Wasp for a second, and then she's dead. Fucking split in half. Being eaten.
Like, nobody had good deaths in that, and nobody had any good in that at all, because it was just a terrible story from top to bottom.
Also, the thing is, they did kill off Spider-Man in a good way, except that they didn't actually kill off Spider-Man. Because having Spider-Man just go out, like, trying to save every single person that he can, and eventually dying of exhaustion or getting crushed by rubble in the process, that's a good way for Spider-Man to go out. That's a noble way for Spider-Man to go out. No one else in that comic gets a noble death.
Yep. But Spider-Man didn't die at all in that one, because he was found alive later.
Yep, and then Punisher shoots him. And that's how he dies. The fuck was going on with Ultimate Punisher? Anyway, well, let's not talk about Ultimate Marvel.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay, so yeah. What was Addy about to say before I interrupted him with cannibalism?
Yeah, well, wasn't there like a take on the comics where they reimagined the mutants and everybody's powers as realistic? So like, freaking Wolverine's body was rejecting the adamantium skeleton, and Spider-Man had cancer or something. Things like that.
You're describing different comics, but I definitely remember there was one comic where Spider-Man killed Mary Jane with his radioactive semen.
No, I don't mean that. I mean he just had cancer as a thing.
Oh. Oh yes, you're talking about the Brian Michael. Not it wasn't Brian Michael Bendis, was it? Was it? Right, yeah, but I remember what you're talking about, where Peter Parker is just a regular dude with cancer who helps people, and that's it.
I think it might be that.
Okay, fuck those stories.
Yeah.
I'm never a big fan of when the superhero stories are like, we're not the real heroes, the everyday man is. Like, what the fuck? I didn't read this comic for you to tell me how great I am. I read this comic to read about fucking Spider-Man.
Yep. I never enjoy those stories either because, like you just said, I read superhero comics for the superhero stuff. I don't need your dumb explanations on life.
Yep. So, anyways, back to Infinity War. Yeah, I think we'll probably get 2 or 3 deaths in the movie. I think Cap is dead for sure. There was some hinting that it's part 2. I can't see them holding off on it till part 2. I think Cap's death is what's going to be the end of the movie to make it really look like Thanos has screwed everyone. I think I said this before, actually, on a previous podcast, but I think they're just going to do it in the same way the original Infinity Gauntlet comic did. Where
Yep.
Thanos has beaten everybody else, Cap is the only one that's willing to stand up to him. Says to Thanos, as long as I live, you will not win. And then Thanos is like, I can deal with that, and just kills him on the spot. I think that Drax is gonna die, honestly. I may have also said that on the podcast. I don't remember.
I hope that if he does, then he only does it after what is the bomb being Thanos or somebody.
And Drax will go out after he gets thrown off the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Oh man.
Thanos just makes a gigantic ring out of rubble.
Thanos
It's one of yeah.
Thanos uses the Reality Stone to make a steel chair.
Yeah.
They're just gonna reenact the Undertaker and Mankind cell match.
Basically. So yeah, Drax is dead. I think partially. I still can't remember. Was Drax's family killed by Thanos or Ronan in this canon?
In this canon, I believe it was Ronan who was acting on Thanos' account.
Okay, so Drax will still blame Thanos to some degree, but the vendetta won't be as personal as it is in the comics. So I think
Drax still very much wants to kill Thanos because that's the guy he blames.
Yeah, well, I think if Thanos had personally killed his family like he did in the comics, then I think in the movie maybe we actually would even get a scene like from Annihilation of Drax getting the final blow on Thanos. I think that would happen, but it didn't. In this canon, Ronan killed his family, so I think Drax is going to do something stupid, something rash to try and attack Thanos, and Thanos will kill Drax. That's the way I see it shaking up. I mean, particularly because this group of Guardians is supposed to end in Volume 3. And they're supposed to replace it with, like, Adam Warlock and probably, like, Quasar or something, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They've
They're
definitely...
replacing with the Fox guy. Wasn't there, like a Space Fox guy who
Star Fox. Star Fox.
Yeah, Star Fox.
Yes, that is Thanos' brother, actually.
Yeah, that is Thanos' brother, and I don't think they'll be putting him on the Guardians of the Galaxy because, well, I don't know. Maybe they could, but he has no history in the comic books with them. So I think it'd be a bit of a stretch.
Well, Star Fox does have some association with them, like as part of, I don't know, the Annihilation and Thanos Imperative storylines. So there is that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, the Guardians are pretty much associated with everything cosmic in the Marvel Universe, so... But Star Fox is, I would be shocked if they bring Star Fox into the MCU. Because they've already introduced Thanos, and most of Star Fox's characterization, at least in the modern view of Star Fox, depends on Thanos.
Yep.
Because once upon a time, in like the 70s, he would have been thought of as the cool hero who has sex with all the ladies. But now we just see him as the hedonistic brother of Thanos who's kind of a jackass. Which, I mean, we view Star Fox in a different way now, because in the same way we view Gambit in a different way now, where what was once seen as suave and, you know, sexy is now seen as creepy and perverted. And the fact that Star Fox's actual power is basically mind-controlling people into having sex with them makes him kind of a rapist.
Yep.
Yeah, so Starfire's power of controlling people into having sex with her.
Yeah, that's called her boobs.
Yeah.
man. Okay, so yeah, after that jump cut,
Righty.
as for a third prediction, I don't know. I feel like every other hero like has some reason why they would still be why they wouldn't die in an Infinity War. So at least one of them is going to be a big shocker. I mean, I suppose the most logical in terms of there is not much they can do with him past this point would be Hulk. Because, I mean, Hulk's the one they can't make any more movies of. I mean, they can attach him to Thor still, but how much can they do with that, really? And it's been established that nobody knows how to make an actual Hulk solo movie. And the Avengers are pretty much done for. So, Hulk's probably done. And I mean, there is probably no better way to display how absurdly powerful Thanos is than to kill the unkillable Hulk. Because, like, Hulk, they've accurately gotten across to audiences that Hulk is genuinely unkillable and unstoppable in every fashion. So, I mean, I could see them killing off Hulk, personally. And there are a few that are guaranteed safe, of course. Panther's not dead, Strange is not dead, and Spider-Man are not dead. Because those three are going to be having more movies.
Yeah.
The big
ones
twist,
already have confirmed sequels.
Yeah.
the big twist is gonna be that they kill Thanos at the end, and it turns out that it was actually M. Night Shyamalan who was trying to gather the stones.
Okay, ignoring that. You know what would be a real fucking twist? If they do kill off T'Challa and Shuri takes over as Panther like she did in the comics. That would be a fucking twist.
Oh yeah.
They better not.
That'd be hard to imagine Shuri as Black Panther when she's such a fun-loving lab character.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. Because it's kind of a crapshoot, just got trying to predict who will die. I'll ask a question then. Who do you most want not to die? Like, who do you not want to die? Like, hard. Because one that just shot into my mind, like, you know what would fucking suck? If they kill off Wong. I really like Wong. He's cool.
Yeah. That's a good choice.
In the complete opposite direction, I'd probably be pretty comfortable if they killed off Mantis. She is the one I could definitely live without the most. She's just a non-character. The main point of her in the movie was, okay, let's get this character in for some Drax jokes. But Mike, let's go around. Pink, which character do you least want to see die?
I've said it before. I'm really gonna miss Chris Evans if he should ever step down as Captain America.
I think we all are, but at the same time, we know he's definitely stepping down, at least by the next one.
Yep. Which also leads me to Bucky, who, if they kill him off in addition to Captain America, I don't know what they're gonna do. Because I feel like these past movies he's been a part of, they've been building him up to be the replacement. Because, like, I might have said it before, but I'm thinking Infinity War is going to be basically the reboot without being a reboot. Bucky should become Captain America. Black Panther will be the new Iron Man. Doctor Strange will be another one of the forerunners in the new wave of Marvel heroes, in addition to Spider-Man. They're basically going to be replacing all their current money makers with a new crop of talent. That way, they'll have a consistent push out of superhero films without it feeling like we're being robbed in any way.
Yeah, that and dealing with the fact that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are both getting fucking old.
Yep. I don't see Robert Downey Jr. sticking around much longer after this.
Oh, absolutely not. For my part, I think Bucky's safe. I don't think he's going to take over as Cap, because I don't think the studios really have much faith in the idea of Bucky as Cap selling, even though people love Bucky. However, the ending credit sequence of Black Panther with it showing that Bucky's in Wakanda and that they're calling him the White Wolf almost implies to me that Bucky will be something of a relevant fixture for the Black Panther franchise potentially, and they may want.
Bucky will become Geralt.
Uh,
Moving on.
yeah, good work shutting down our conversation there, Eddie. But I could see them doing, like in Black Panther 2, an arc of T'Challa having to deal with Bucky and the fact that he kind of still resents Bucky for the fact that he killed his dad, but at the same time trying to forgive Bucky because Bucky wasn't the one who made the choice and he was being brainwashed. It was Bucky
Bucky didn't kill his dad though. That was Stark's dad that he killed.
Wait, was Bucky not the one who bombed T'Chaka?
No, that was Zemo.
What?
Bucky got blamed for it because Zemo and Bucky looked alike, if I recall correctly. But Bucky did not set off the bomb because he was clean at that point.
Huh, I thought he was... Okay, that changes things. Alright then. Alright, well, that undoes everything I said then. Alright, Eddie, in your vast breadth of Marvel knowledge of these characters, which one do you least want to see die?
I have no idea. I
Oh
mean,
man, I really enjoyed those first two Iron Man movies. I hope they don't stop making those.
I didn't actually like them that much.
I don't blame you.
I
But
loved
yeah,
the first Iron Man back when it came out and back before the Avengers was even a thing. But the second one was not good.
I do not remember the first one at all. I can't remember it for the life of me.
The only thing I remember from the first one is the Mark 1 suit. The gigantic steel freaking Iron Maiden thing.
Yeah, I remember him being stuck in a cave with a box of scraps, and that's it.
Yeah, and from the second movie, the only thing I remember is the villain looking really freaking dumb because he had like these
Because he's Mickey
electric
Rourke.
whips.
You're
Yes,
saying
that as well.
he looks dumb because he was Mickey Rourke. All right,
Maybe. I'm not sure.
wrap it up, folks. We're done today. There's your best joke. But tis.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Or if they can pull freaking Green Arrow character out of Hawkeye, then I guess him. I like archers, so
You probably like Hawkeye. This version of Hawkeye and Green Arrow are very different characters, despite what you may think.
I mean, Hawkeye's supposed to be like the utility character who knows every like normal person things, isn't he?
Yes, he's kind of a mix of Green Arrow and Batman in that way for the Avengers. So yeah, he's got that. I like Hawkeye a lot. I like comic Hawkeye better than movie Hawkeye, but I still like movie Hawkeye better than I'm supposed to. So I don't know. At the same time, what I've heard about what they're going to do with Hawkeye in Part 2 of Infinity War makes me really fucking excited to see where it goes. And
I'm over here kind of just hoping that movie Hawkeye dies and they'll pull out a new one from the multiverse.
Yeah.
There is no multiverse, but you will be. You're more correct than you think.
This Hawkeye will die, and then another will come to stop Superman.
This Hawkeye dies, and we just see a purple Hawkeye jump out like, "Hey, I'm from the circus."
Yeah.
And
I'm from the circus, and that's when I stand up in a theater and shout, "That's the guy I've been waiting for 10 years now."
Thor will just say, "I like this one so much better. Let's pretend the other one never existed. Let's pretend this one was always here. Matter of fact, let's go back and edit."
Let's make matters worse. Let's have the new Hawkeye pop up at the same time that old Hawkeye is on the screen as well. And they just decided to swap places. It's like, current Hawkeye doesn't want to swap places, but the Avengers like this new Hawkeye so much better that they just shove him in the portal anyway.
No, you know what they should do?
They just kill him. Did you ever? Yeah, go ahead.
We get a camera shot of Thanos crushing the old Hawkeye's skull. The camera just pans over to classic Hawkeye, and he says, "Hey guys," and that's it.
Or Thanos crushes the current Hawkeye's head, the camera pans over, and then behind Thanos is the classic Hawkeye, aiming an arrow at Thanos' head.
Classic Hawkeye has the sixth stone. He has the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
Nobody expected
He
this.
is the Soul Stone.
He is it. Thanos has to stuff him into the sixth slot on the Infinity Gauntlet. Get in there, you little shit. So that was stupid. Yet there's not much to talk about with Infinity War. Like, it's the main thing that everybody wants to talk about with Infinity War is somebody's dying. Who's gonna die? So, like, other than that, we can talk about, well, I hope the movie's good. I hope Thanos gets some actual character development, and we actually get to see Thanos not being the same 2-bit villain that most of the Marvel movies have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Please, God, let him not be fucking Yellow Jacket, you know? What the fuck was Yellow Jacket, anyways? Was he even a character in the comic? I know that Hank Pym was Yellow Jacket in the comics, but was there an actual character of that? Or was it just they wanted evil Hank Pym Yellow Jacket without actually making Hank Pym evil?
That's basically what the movie wanted, I think, because there has never been a evil Yellow Jacket, to my knowledge, outside of Hank Pym himself. There's been a different Yellow Jacket,
Was that...
but that one was really different because, well, first off, it was a woman in the suit, and it was not mechanical.
Wasn't Peter Parker Yellow Jacket for a little bit?
No, he was Hornet.
Right. Peter had like 4 or 5 stupid other alter egos.
The Slinger alter egos.
Yeah, Prodigy, Ricochet. Yeah. God, what was that? And the fact that they turned all of them into actual characters later on was fucking weird.
Yeah. I think they're all dead now, though.
Maybe there's a weird thing. I don't think they actually killed off Prodigy, which creates a huge issue because now there's Prodigy, which was just Peter Parker. There's Prodigy that was a spin-off of Spider-Man of Peter Parker's Prodigy, and there's an X-Men there's a New Mutant named Prodigy. So there's three fucking Prodigies.
DC probably has a Prodigy or 2 as well.
Probably, because it is a good name for a superhero that no one's taken yet.
Yeah.
So when no one's taken it, everyone takes it. Okay.
Yeah, the 1,000,001 Prodigies now. Which one's going to be the breakout star here?
Alright, just throw them all in arena and then throw out one. Do like Joker from Dark Knight. Get a pool cue, break it in half, throw it in. Alright, whichever one of you survives gets to be the true Prodigy.
This Peter Parker discussion reminded me that if they run out of freaking villains for the next big Marvel movie, they could just do the freaking Spider-Man.
Don't say Clone Saga.
Spider-Man Clone Saga with a deathmatch.
You said Clone Saga. I said don't fucking say Clone Saga. Oh no.
Just imagine the Scarlet Spider freaking beating Peter up.
Oh,
don't make it an actual movie. Just make it a thing where everybody fights everybody else.
Mary Jane's dead, but she's alive, but she's dead. She's in California. What's going on? And the fucking Hydro Man is in there or something. I only remember the fucking 90s cartoon adaptation of the Clone Saga, and that was considerably less of a mess than the comics version, but it was still a huge fucking mess.
I only remember some of the characters that came out of it, like Scarlet Spider and the freaking Peter Parker clone that had like 12 arms.
Whoever writes Spider-Man, like the writers of Spider-Man need to stop just being like, okay, we need a new character, but we suck at designing characters, so let's make Spider-Man again, but with something different. Because Venom and every single one of the symbiotes, all the fucking spider clones, like Kane and Scarlet Spider and Miles Morales and the fucking 8-armed spider, the Man Spider, Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl, Spider-Gwen. Jesus Christ, how many variants of Spider-Man are there?
Deadpool.
Shut up. Oh my god. Deadpool is so inescapable. I want to like Deadpool. I really want to like Deadpool. But the fact that every time Marvel as a subject comes up, a Deadpool fan comes out of the woodwork to be like, hey, did you guys know I love Deadpool? Here's this fucking joke Deadpool made one time. Oh, hey, it's so fucking clever. No, it's really not.
The only freaking Deadpool joke that I always bring up as a thing of his quality, well, the lack of it anyway, is the dubstep joke where he beats Carnage with dubstep.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's so freaking stupid.
It's the worst. It really is. He hurts so much of it. There was a comic where he beat Daredevil by throwing out an MP3 because he claimed it was like a sonic weapon and Daredevil believed him. Like, what? And when Deadpool works, he works real well. Even some of the stupid jokes that from the old days I found kind of funny. Like the one panel where it shows Deadpool has spent an entire day or two just doing nothing but cooking pancakes, and his apartment is filled with piles of pancakes for no reason. But that was funny because it's absurd to have a superhero just sit around in their apartment making pancakes all day. That's funny. You know what isn't
No
funny?
reason whatsoever.
For no reason. And he finishes it off by doing a fucking Colonel fuck it, the guy from Apocalypse Now, whatever. I love the smell of pancakes in the morning. But if only Deadpool's jokes were more absurdity and less fourth wall breaking. I mean, I didn't used to get the hatred towards fourth wall breaking that a lot of people have, but as I get older, more and more, I just find it bullshit that they can't. It's like we can't think of a joke, so just wink at the audience. Like, what? We get it. We're reading a fucking comic. You don't need to remind us of the fact that none of this is real. Like, well, what? Do you think I'm reading this comic and it's like, oh shit, Deadpool's on the loose. I better hide. Like, well, what is this? The fuck? I don't know. You know what would be the best twist ending for... I'm saying this not as a stupid meme thing. Like, honestly, what would be the best twist ending for Infinity War is that we just see a portal form and out comes someone like Doctor Doom or Galactus, one of the Fox properties. That would be the best twist ending.
Freaking
That'd be
Galactus
awesome.
coming through a portal would be awesome.
Yeah. You just see his face in the sky. Thanos and Captain America are in the middle of doing their big confrontation, and they just both look up and see Galactus' big dumb face staring down at them, and they're both just like, what the fuck?
They don't even see Galactus' face, they just see one of the crown's freaking spikes.
Basically, when you think about it, Galactus should be that huge, but he usually is just like 100 feet tall rather than 50 billion. Didn't they actually say that Galactus' appearance, like as we see him in the comics, is just like what he projects into your minds, and that his true form is actually as huge as it should be?
Yeah, I believe that's a recent addition they've done to him.
Yeah, like Galactus is actually full on supposed to be a cosmic abomination, like something Lovecraft would write. That was definitely a thing in the Ultimate Universe. That just seeing Galactus's seeing the true form of Galactus would make you want to kill yourself in the Ultimate Universe. So Vision thought he was saving the world by projecting a vision of Galactus into everybody on Earth's minds, and he actually caused suicide rates all across the planet to double or triple.
Yep.
Whoopsie doodles. Yeah. Most of the serious try-hard nonsense of Ultimate Universe was stupid, but some of it was good. And that was a pretty good way of making the audience be like, oh shit, it's Galactus. Yeah. I don't know. I'm hopeful for the future of Marvel. And I'm hopeful for Infinity War that it'll be good. But we're at the hour mark here, so I'd say it's a good time to transition to what have we been doing the last couple of weeks. And I am good to go if either of you need preparation time, but at the same time, I am willing to sit back and let either of you guys go first if you want.
Oh, if you're good to go, you can go ahead and start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of this week has been schoolwork as usual, which this is the second to last week of school, so from just about here on out, I will have way more free time to record content. Who knows? I might actually record a Let's Play. I I did try and record Psychonauts. I got an hour and a half into footage before the fucking pause menu decided to stop working. And it basically was the softest crash ever, and that the game was still running perfectly fine, but none of my controls did anything. So that fucking sucked, because I had to trash all that footage. Because I had not saved to that point, and I don't want to have to just upload 1 hour of footage and then go back through and fake it, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm in a similar place with my Origins playthrough, because I think I have my playthrough of 3 like saved, but with Origins like 3 episodes are missing from both my recording software and from my PC. So either I need to go back, redo everything that I've done, which is impossible, and then re-record those, or just do a time skip to where I am right now, and that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you'll just have, in a situation like that where you're as far in as you already are, then you'll just have to start one of the videos saying, yeah, so the last 3 hours or so of footage exploded, so deal with it.
Yep. That's your only option, really.
Yeah, it sucks by all means, but when you've got nothing else that you can do, you gotta do it. But yeah, so I also picked up Yakuza 0, which Yakuza is a series I've been meaning to get into for a long, long time. And it is, I've not gotten to play Yakuza 0 much. I've probably gotten 2 or 3 hours into it, because I've been busy with schoolwork, as I said. It's a lot of fun. And I love the, one of the first sections in the game where you have to fight through the headquarters of your own Yakuza clan. And it's this really awesome, long, elongated fight scene against a ton of Yakuza goons. And I really love how Yakuza, the number one thing to make me really appreciate a game, like at least a story-based game, is if it can make you feel like you're playing a movie, right?
Yeah.
And Yakuza is very good at giving you these kind of set pieces where it makes for great hand-to-hand fight scenes, melee fighting scenes. Again, one guy, you, versus like a dozen dudes. And so, but you get to use the environment in all kinds of ways. And you get to do, like, you build up meter to do big climactic moves that do a ton of damage. So it winds up looking like a really cool, well-structured fight scene. And it's a lot of fun. It is strange, though, going from the Yakuza 6 demo to Yakuza 0, which is the... I'm not sure if Kiwami came out before or after 0, but 0 probably would have been the last game they made before 6, and 6 had a lot of innovation in strange departments I wouldn't have expected. There's a... I won't get too much into depth because right now none of it's springing to mind. But I'm having a lot of fun with 0. I'm only 2 or 3 hours in, so part of me is considering stopping here, starting over, and streaming it. That would take some time to do, and I'd also have to figure out how to stream from my PS4 properly, but it may be something that's worth looking into for me.
How fast is your internet?
Okay.
I'm asking because yeah.
I'll run a test. I'll definitely run a few tests. I mean, there's no one following me on like Twitch or anything, so there's not really much harm to me just running a test live stream to see how well it works.
Yeah, I'm asking because I tested because with how the Twitch thing works on Xbox is that I can set it up and then it will tell me the quality in which I can actually stream. So yeah, I have 30 down and 5 up, which, I mean, it's not much, but you know, it's the best I can have with where I live. So that's only good for 480p. And at that point, I think I might as well just not.
Yeah, we'll see. I think PlayStation may have a similar thing, because whenever you try to start SharePlay, it gives you a similar meter registering how fast your internet's going. So it probably does the same thing for streaming. I'll have to look into it. If I can't stream it, then I'll probably just play through the game myself off screen, because at the moment I don't have an Elgato to record it. So yeah, I'll work definitely over the next couple of weeks on trying to get out a Let's Play of something. Maybe Psychonauts, maybe Total War Warhammer, because Total War Warhammer is going to be getting a big update about a month from now. But other than that, on my end, it's mostly been a lot of schoolwork and a whole lot of nothing else. Oh, did I watch a movie recently? I might have watched Schindler's List. I don't think I talked about that on last week's podcast, if I did watch it last week. But yeah, Schindler's List, good fucking movie. Really well structured, and the thing that really surprised me about Schindler's List, because it's something that isn't seen at all nowadays, is that Schindler's List is a movie that relies a lot on storytelling through acting. Here's something I definitely noticed about Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes' performances, that a lot of their characters' stories and arcs are conveyed through their expressions and the intonation of their statements. And that's very strange in modern movies, modern film, where generally the characters' arcs and their story is directly told to you, right? They tell it to your face.
Yeah.
So that was something very strange and unique, and I'm surprised isn't done anymore. I guess people just decide audiences are too stupid to catch on. But that's a good fucking movie. It's a movie that fits the hype. It's only been a week since I've watched it, so I won't decide yet whether or not I think it's one of the greatest or whether I think it's one of my absolute favorites. But it's gonna go up there, you know. I like to give it some time to digest, to decide whether or not it's really great. Because there's all kinds of movies that I come out of the theater or whatever fucking loving, and they kind of cool off over time. And like a prominent example I can think of is Thor Ragnarok, where I came out of that movie fucking hyped. And over time, it was just kind of like, okay, that movie had some serious flaws.
Yeah, I agree.
And the thing about Thor Ragnarok, I'll just get it in real quickly just because I'm in the minority on it, and I think it's kind of funny. The thing about Thor Ragnarok is the combined negative opinion of the public is usually that the Asgard parts suck. The Asgard parts suck. And the parts on whatever planet, I forget, the Grandmaster's planet, are supposed to be the best parts. And I'm like the complete opposite. I don't care for the sci-fi stupid parts. I like the Asgard parts because this felt like the first Thor movie that actually did that high fantasy thing right.
Yeah.
The entire final fight scene on the Rainbow Bridge is one of my absolute favorite scenes in any Marvel movie ever. I fucking loved every second of it. Like, when Immigrant Song starts playing, it's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When Immigrant Song starts playing, and Thor, without the hammer, missing an eye, does a Psycho Crusher through a horde of zombies, it's incredible. And I'm not joking, like, Addy, you haven't seen the movie. Thor honestly does a lightning-imbued Psycho Crusher. Full-on M. Bison style. It is amazing to see.
Or does he do the slides?
He might have. I didn't catch that. I wouldn't be surprised, though. The way the movie was going at that point. But, yeah, Schindler's List, good fucking movie. Yakuza 0, good fucking game. My current amount of schoolwork, fucking shit. Okay, anyways, let's hear what Pink had to do this week, because Addy, I think, has a ton that he wants to talk about, so we should probably finish up on him.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, this week I started watching season 3 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh boy!
And let me tell you, that show has some of the worst stuff you will ever see.
Yes!
But I love it.
Yes!
Unconditionally love it. Because
yes!
it can be so incredibly stupid that it's so incredibly entertaining.
Oh man, I'm going into M. Bison mode. Bringing up M. Bison is making me like, this is delicious! Yes! Yes! But yeah, Legend of Tomorrow, yeah, I started watching like the first episode, and Rip Hunter, is that his name? Rip Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay, it's such a generic Pulp Fiction hero name. I was confused.
Hope I'm talking about the right guy.
Yeah, he knocks out all the heroes. He knocks out Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and I hadn't watched. Where did Hawkman and Hawkgirl first debut? Was it season 4 of Arrow or season 2 of Flash?
Season 2 of Flash is where Hawkgirl first appeared.
Okay, I'd never seen them in that, so I was like, who the fuck are these guys? Which, you know, you always should be that way with a Hawkman and Hawkgirl. And he just kidnaps the shit out of all of them. And it's like, wow, what a hero. Did they actually fully go in with Captain Cold? Did they actually make him a hero? Because that was one issue I had with his depiction in the Flash series, was him brutally murdering a cop for no reason. And it's like, the Captain Cold from the comics would never do that.
Yeah, I don't know how far you've gotten in the Flash, but Barry does have that conversation with Snart that if he's so good at his job and what he does, and he can do it without killing people. And Snart seems to agree to an extent, because I don't believe he's ever been shown killing anyone like that again. In fact, in possibly spoiling you, I will tell you that throughout the entirety of Legends of Tomorrow, Snart never freezes anyone, to my recollection.
He never does anything. He's just there in the crowd shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like his gun is basically on a concussion blast now. It doesn't freeze people, but it smacks them in the face really hard.
That doesn't make sense, because even in the comics, whenever he full-on freezes people, it's non-lethal. Because he says that they thaw in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a strange choice. To me, it sounds like at the time...
Freezing people just doesn't fit the budget.
No, it probably doesn't, because they're already spending a ton on having the fucking Atom there in his crazy Iron Man suit.
Yep.
So that probably just sucks up all of the budget. Also, also Firestorm's head is on fire, so that actually requires some special effects as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, didn't they write Firestorm off anyways?
They wrote him off, and then they brought him back, because at first it was Ronnie and Stein.
It was? No,
Yeah.
No, I know Ronnie died at the start of season 2 of Flash, but I mean, the guy who isn't Jason. Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson.
Right. Yeah, I thought I heard they wrote him off. They had Martin Stein die, so Jackson just went back to Earth because he couldn't become Firestorm anymore.
Yep. They did that. They wrote him off in season 3.
Okay, there goes whatever budget they had to put into lighting his head on fire.
Yep.
Alright, let's write off all the characters with powers so that we just end up with Atom and the regular dudes.
They also cut off 2 cast members doing that, so it's like 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
We don't need to do the special effects, and we don't need to pay these 2 guys anymore, so we're good.
Hey, look, the harder we do this, eventually we'll be able to get it down to a $5 budget. Yeah. It's kind of, that show is a funky thing to me. Does anyone actually watch that show? I'm curious, because Constantine got canceled back in the day, because nobody watched it, but this show's gone on to season 3 or season 4.
Yeah, I think it's been renewed for season 4.
Sheesh. I never would have expected that. When I first heard about season 1, I was like, wow, that's gonna die immediately. It's a show comprised of the big nobodies of the DC universe. I like Atom. I like Atom a lot. And the show has done a surprisingly decent job of making Atom a relevant character. Like, Atom never would have been in Injustice 2 if he wasn't in Legends of Tomorrow. That's for sure. Even though,
yeah, probably not.
Even though
it's
the Ryan Choi and not Ray Palmer.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Choi is in Atom in the comics right now. Which, after they kind of felt like they had to do that after they brutally fucking murdered the original canon version of Ryan Choi.
What'd they do?
Oh, Ryan Choi in the original pre-Flashpoint canon got killed in, like, the most disrespectful way. Like, someone, I forget, he was the Atom after Ray Palmer went into hiding after his wife turned out to be a murderer. So, some villain, Black Star or something, killed Ryan Choi Adam while he was shrunk. They never explained how, I don't think, and put him in a tiny box and mailed him to his girlfriend. And it was done in like the most disrespectful manner. Didn't help that his girlfriend was Giganta, which was fucking weird because she's supposed to be a supervillain.
That is weird. That just makes me all kinds of confused. Let's move on.
Hey, when they both use their powers at the same time, how do they have sex?
That's an excellent question. Let's move on.
I'm just reminded of the stupid fucking sequence from, like, what was it, Bendis's Avengers? Where we find out how Hank Pym and Janet have sex in the worst way possible. Do you remember that panel? Because I fucking do.
I think Jeff Johns.
Did Jeff Johns ever write Avengers?
Yeah, he had a brief run, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
That was the scene I'm thinking about is when Pym and Janet were in Vegas.
And Pym shrinks down and goes inside her vagina?
Possibly.
I like that Addy doesn't know what we're talking about, but he just heard about a man shrinking down and going inside a woman's vagina, so I hope you're just as lost as you should be, Addy. Okay.
Where am I?
I was hoping Addy wouldn't respond so that we could say we've scared Addy to death.
Bendis also went and killed off the Wasp as well, though, if I recall correctly.
Bendis hated a lot of the old classic Avengers.
So he killed off a lot of my favorites, Wasp and Hawkeye most notably, because I've said repeatedly that I would never forgive him for doing that. And I've said so repeatedly on this podcast as well.
Yes, you have. Who else? He killed off Vision as well, which I don't know why.
Yep.
Vision's a fucking cool character. I don't get what the writers have against Vision. Vision has the worst luck in Marvel Comics ever.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Have you read Vision's solo comic that he got a couple of years ago about him trying to make a family and have a regular suburban lifestyle?
No, because I hated that idea entirely.
It actually turned out pretty neat, but the entire comic is let's shit on Vision, the comic. The comic would be kind of awkward to read, though, if you've never read Runaways, though, because a major character from Runaways plays a very big role in that comic. But, yeah, Vision was always an old favorite of mine, and he gets shit on all the time. Hawkeye gets shit on all the time, because he's a regular bow guy, and some people... Why does Bendis dislike Hawkeye for being, like, mundane? Does he dislike Hawkeye for being mundane? I don't remember hearing about that.
I don't know.
Hawkeye seems like he would have fit well into Bendis' idea of, like, Avengers with more stress on street-level guys, like Luke Cage and Spider-Man. You know?
Yep.
And, who else was on Bendis' New Avengers? I can't remember Bendis' New Avengers having a single female member.
Echo.
Who the fuck is
Yeah,
Echo?
that character, that C-lister, D-lister from Daredevil.
Oh, God, was she the blind ninja chick that Daredevil slept with for a little bit?
She was the deaf ninja chick that Daredevil might have slept with.
Why is her name Echo if she's deaf?
Because her power was basically like Taskmaster, where she can see an action and she can repeat it perfectly.
Okay, why make a character like that if she's just the same as Taskmaster but with boobs? Why not just have Daredevil fuck Taskmaster?
Like, Taskmaster was too high profile for him at the time. Daredevil's always been on the more lower tier of Marvel. And apparently Taskmaster somehow outranks that.
The truth is that Daredevil can't handle looking at that skull face while he's in bed.
He can't really look at anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to make a blind joke as well, but I'm glad Addy took care of that for me.
He can't hear that skull mask while he's in bed. Or smell it. Doesn't Daredevil have, like, an insane sense of taste, too? Like, where he can taste shit that's around him?
Yeah. It's like, all of his senses are super heightened as like that, so yeah, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Yeah, I most definitely wouldn't. I remember the panel where it turns out Daredevil has trouble sleeping every night because he hears all of the other people in the apartments having sex. Like, it would suck going to the bathroom as Daredevil, come to think of it, if he tastes everything around him.
Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah. You can tell we're doing well when we go for a bathroom joke. Hey, we're 12.
Yep.
Nah, Daredevil is a stupid character. Daredevil is associated with so much of what I like in Marvel, and yet I don't like Daredevil whatsoever. Kingpin came out of Daredevil. He's amazing. Punisher is heavily associated with Daredevil. I love Punisher. Spider-Man is heavily associated with Daredevil. I love Spider-Man. I do not care about Daredevil.
Yeah. Daredevil was at his best in the Netflix Daredevil season 1. Then after that, kind of hit or miss.
The best thing about any given season of Daredevil is something other than Daredevil. The best part of season 1 of Daredevil is Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. The best part of season 2 of Daredevil is Jon Bernthal as Punisher. Like season 3, it's going to be Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin again. Which, admittedly, I'll probably watch season 3 of Daredevil just because it's going to be adapting the Born Again storyline. Which, have you read the Born Again storyline, Pink?
I might have. I definitely know the Born Again storyline, but I don't know if I actually own it.
Okay, that would have been the storyline where Kingpin blew up Daredevil's house. And he spent some time in a convent under the care of the local nuns. And that would have been the comic where Matt figured out that one of the nuns was his mom.
Yeah, I remember the nuns. I don't remember Daredevil's house being blown up. But that would make sense as to why he was under the care of nuns to begin with, so.
Yeah. Born Again, I would say you can go your entire life without reading most of just about any Daredevil comic, but at some point, if you're a comic book reader, at some point you should read Born Again, because it's one of Frank Miller's absolute best. Speaking of Frank Miller, did you hear that he's recently stopped being crazy?
No, and I don't believe it.
Well, he's still crazy in the Frank Miller way, you know, but but like he's actually come out recently and talked about how like all of the stuff that people hated him for, Dark Knight Strikes Again, All-Star, Batman and Robin, Holy Terror, that he wrote them all while he was suffering from alcoholism.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah, and he says he said that the alcohol made him paranoid and fearful, and that's why a lot of those comics were very prejudiced and arbitrarily hateful. And that he actually said, like, I feel bad about those comics. I would never write them again, but at the same time, I'm not going to take them back. They were what I wrote at that point, and I accept that that's just what I was writing at that point. I'm not going to take back what I did. It was very strange. And I think he's actually very much trying to walk back the kind of racist writing he was infamous for in that period, because he's making a 300 prequel with the Persians as the protagonists. Which, wasn't that a big issue everyone had with 300, that they thought the Persians were portrayed in a very racist manner?
Possibly. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, who gives a shit about 300?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's naked Spartans throwing spears at each other. A guy gets kicked in a hole and it becomes a meme.
Yep.
I don't know. I hear good things about the newer Dark Knight story he's been making, the newer Dark Knight Returns story. But at the same time, it's another fucking storyline where Superman and Wonder Woman get together. And a guaranteed way to make me hate your story is if you have Superman and Wonder Woman get together.
Yep. Don't need that.
I hate that relationship so much. It doesn't fit.
As do I.
It doesn't fit either of their personalities at all.
I don't know why or who in DC keeps pulling for that.
I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to answer the question. Like, people always ask the stupid question of, how does Superman not break Lois in half? And I guess it's supposed to answer that question. But if it raises that question, it raises so many questions about so many other superheroes. I'm reminded of... it's a irrelevant story. Okay, so what were we talking about? What was the topic? What were we doing last week?
Yeah, what did I
Yeah.
do last week?
What did you do last week, Pink?
I don't
What
know
did you do,
anymore. Let's
Pink,
move on
in
to
general?
Addie.
Okay, yeah, we're
Like-
sitting at an hour and a half, so we might as well move
Yeah,
on to Addie.
let's just skip over to Addie.
All right, so I have a shit ton of schoolwork as well.
Oh joy!
Yeah, I needed to record 40 to 60 interviews, all 3-question interviews, so there's at least that. I recorded 30 and we agreed with the principal that that's enough. So there. He needs to record a narration which he will record next week because the one we took this week was too long. So there's that. Then I also have to make a video for yesterday for the city. But I'm gonna need Pink to help with that because he's the narrator in that.
Huh.
And then I also need to make a video in 2 months for a big university. But for that, I definitely need to go up to Budapest. I don't feel like going up to Budapest. And then I also need to make a video, an entrance video, for the people who are graduating, because and the graduation is on the 4th. And I still don't have the name of the people who are graduating.
Damn, sounds like you're gonna be fucking busy.
Yeah, so while all that, I also need to make my own videos, which I have recorded one gameplay video of Dead Space 2. I tried uploading it and setting it to upload itself on Monday, but problems. So I'm gonna have to re-upload that. Yeah, then I also need to write a review and all that. But whatever, that's my problem. As for what else I did, I played Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think. I started Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then I realized that it's basically just the last Tomb Raider game that I got free. And I was like, okay, I have better things to do in my limited time with Game Pass. I bought Oli Oli 2. Oli Oli is,
Why?
because it was $2, and
Why?
I had.
That is $2 you could put together with another $2 and maybe get something better.
Really the only reason is that I don't have Skate, and it has a trick system like Skate, and I like the timing thing because whatever. Other than that, I bought Conquer Live and Reloaded, making me own both versions of Conquer now, both on Xbox. And I'm gonna have to do that sometime. I still have Prince of Persia in my backlog, the 3D one, and KOTOR. Which reminds me, I also bought KOTOR 2, because I might as well at this point, if I have the first. But yeah.
Damn it, conversation topics keep coming up when I need to get a drink. Yeah, KOTOR, yeah, that's one game that I've also got sitting very comfortably in my backlog that I know I need to play through at some point, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah, the problem with me is that being a person who's not really strategic and smart, playing an RPG that's about being strategic and smart, it might not be my thing, even though I like. Well, there's also this weird thing where I dislike Star Wars, but like the setting, or like the universe, I guess.
That's probably what you'd seek in KOTOR, because KOTOR has almost nothing to do with the main story of the main Star Wars movies. It provides a big backstory, I think, to what exactly was going on before before Episode 1. Like 1,000 years before Episode 1, so it might as well be irrelevant, but still. But yeah, KOTOR is one game that personally, my biggest problem with it is I've got it on PC, and the mouse and keyboard controls on that are shit. And every single clip I see being played of it is on Xbox, so I think I know my problem there. And also,
Go ahead.
Right now, I'm also just like, I'd rather get in more games. I'm going to get more bang for my hour, and I don't want to invest myself into a 100-hour game that I think will be mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, if you really want to switch over to Xbox, it's like $3. So you know,
What, on Xbox One? They have it on Xbox One?
yeah, they have it on Xbox One. With original Xbox backwards compatibility.
Oh.
Both of them are $3
Oh,
a
is
piece.
that how far the original Xbox backwards compatibility system extends?
Yeah, like I think nearly all of the original Xbox Star Wars games are backwards compatible. Like Battlefront 1 and 2, KOTOR 1 and 2. I think Rogue Squadron or some other game that I don't remember. Jedi Academy as well.
Oh, PS4's selection of PS2 games is shit. That's surprising.
Yeah, and
I'm
all of all of these games, most of the original Xbox backwards compatible games are like $3. The only difference is like Destroy All Humans, I think, which is $20.
Jesus. I can go to down to the local mom and pop shop and get Destroy All Humans for PS2 for $8.
Yeah. So, um, I bought that. Yeah, I've bought Game Pass. I've downloaded Sea of Thieves. Um,
That may be a game that we record about a half hour of and then never touch again.
that's basically all I have it downloaded for.
That's everyone that buys that game is only buying it for that purpose. Let's have some YouTube funsies and then burn it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I was telling Addie the other day, I think, that I didn't understand what they were thinking with Sea of Thieves because it is basically just a big water level, and water levels in all games tend to really suck.
Well, well, there are some games that are known for being like loved and being like that, like Wind Waker or Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Subnautica.
Yeah,
It's a big water level.
yeah, basically. And
But
the issue here, though, is that there's no content. There is no real content. Their decision to make it where there is no actual progression in the game has fucking ruined it. Because there is no progression in the game. You can buy different looks for your sword, but everyone gets the same sword. You can buy different looks for your rifle, but everyone gets the same rifle. I think the size of your ship matters a little bit, but that's just for like smaller ships may be easier to drive, but take more damage from hits or something,
Yeah.
Which we'd probably go for a smaller ship being only 3 people.
Yeah.
So I can already see us having huge problems because that's a game that looks like it requires a lot of cooperation to run the ship properly, and we are not going to have that.
So yeah, I downloaded that so we can record it. I also downloaded Farming Simulator 15 because it has a 1 to 8 people, at least I think it's 1 to 8 people online co-op. And we can make one video and then delete it.
It depends on whether or not it has cheats. Because if it has cheats, there is some dumb fun you can have in those farm simulator games.
I'll need to check. Yeah.
As in, you
But
can
yeah.
you can buy all of the tractors in the game and then have a demolition derby with them.
No, we can just play flat out in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
So yeah, we're gonna have to do that, and then I also downloaded Saints Row 4 so we can play together with it, or play together with Pink through it, because he owns the game anyway. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you and him can play Saints Row 4. I will stay the fuck away.
It only has a 2-person co-op, so
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I'm happy about.
so that, and then what else do I have? Bloody memory. If it wouldn't escape me, 1 second, I can check.
Payday 2.
I've already said that.
Yeah, but we'll have a lot of fun with it. That one we might
Yeah,
that one we might actually record some stuff.
I also have Tower of Guns. It's a
Game that was free on PS Plus and dog shit.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that one.
Then I also have Soul Calibur 2 online. We played the first episode, as I've decided, the first episode of PV Pink on it with Pink yesterday. I also have Samurai Showdown 2 because I like Samurai Showdown.
Isn't that the fighting game series where you kill each other with a single hit?
It is.
And also, one of the characters gets an M16.
What 16?
M16, an assault rifle.
I don't remember. I'm not sure. It might be.
Like, one of the hidden unlockable characters gets a fucking assault rifle.
But yeah, I also have Sunset Overdrive that we could play together because it's a fun, stupid game.
It's multiplayer?
Yes, it
I
has
did-
multiplayer.
I did not know that.
Me neither. I checked it when I started downloading it. So yeah, we can play that together. And I also have WWE 2K17 downloaded, but it's getting removed like tomorrow.
Okay, I don't know that I'll be able to properly set up the thing, so in that time, I mean,
I've made two CAWs. One of them is a robot, and the other is basically Thatcher in the steampunk suit from Siege.
yeah. Yeah. What were we talking about? I got off topic
yeah.
for a little bit there. I had to go check something, so sorry if I missed a lot of what you said. But
So yeah, yeah.
basically, I think I don't know what. Do you have a list of what's being taken down tomorrow?
Yes, I do. Well, it's not tomorrow. It's on the 30th. So, actually, wait. What day is it? No, it's on Monday.
It's 28th today.
It's a Monday. So, 1 second while I open this. Bloody hell. Oh. Well, shit. Apparently, I can't actually freaking. Okay. Well, I think it's only NBA 2K17 and WWE 2K17 that's getting removed or on Monday.
Okay, do we know what they're being replaced with, or are they just going?
State of Decay and let me check
State of
the
Decay.
others. Yeah, State of Decay 2.
State of Decay is a load of fun. It's also a game that I've already played. So
Well, it's the second game that's coming out next month. So that's replacing them. And then
oh, the second game is coming out next month.
apparently,
Oh wow, I did not know about that because I did not see gameplay until just like last week, and I was a big fan of the first original game. Huh. But yeah.
okay. Yeah, I have a list of what's getting added. So, Sonic and Knuckles is getting added.
Sonic
As well as
Sonic and Knuckles?
yeah,
Isn't that game like 30 years old?
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's getting added as well as Homefront Revolution. It's a pretty alright shooter. I've played the demo, or well, the trial. It's alright. Laser League, no idea. Overcooked, co-op thing. It's indie, so take it as
Overcooked?
you will.
Overcooked? Oh my god, that is one we have to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Does it have 3-person co-op?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It has 4-person co-op. We'll need to see if we can get soon to ante up with $1, but that one would be the most delightful chaos ever. I don't know if you've seen any footage of it. That is LP Funsies the game.
I have, but I've tried to not actually watch a lot of it because most of the games that are basically just YouTuber bait, I will probably hate.
Overcooked looks like a game that would still be fun even if you aren't recording it for YouTube, because a lot of it is like how much can you get it down to a science? How well can your team cooperate to get a good working kitchen and run it
Yes.
properly?
So yeah,
I
that's
actually have some experience with Overcooked because my twin has a PS4 and she also has Overcooked, and we were playing it with the entire family one day, and it is just absolute mayhem in that kitchen.
You have a
I'm
twin?
positive that we're gonna have a good time with
He's mentioned his twin 3 times on the fucking podcast, Daddy.
it.
Dude. Yeah, that is going to be a game where unless we immediately jump into specific roles, we are all going to be kicking each other's asses all over the kitchen floor.
So yeah, that's Pro Evolution Soccer 2018. We're not gonna touch with the 10-foot pole.
Where's the fucking lettuce? Okay.
State of Decay 2, as I've said, the Escapists
Wait,
is
wait,
getting
wait, wait,
added. Yeah.
wait. Walk that back. Did you say State of Decay 2?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the original.
No, State of Decay is already in Game Pass. The second game is coming out next month. It's also getting added.
State of Decay 2 is co-op. We can play.
It's getting added on the day of release, like the second it's released.
We need to play the shit out of that game. I need to get Game Pass, basically.
Yeah. State of Decay 2, or yeah, as I've said that 3 times now. The Escapists. It was free, I think.
Escapist is a lot of fun. That one's gonna be a fun one. Us trying to co-op through stealth is gonna be a headache, and it's gonna be.
Does it have co-op?
Yes, it does. It's designed as a 4. Oh no! I'm thinking of a different game. That Escapist is the one where you're trying to escape from prison. I think that one still has co-op, but I'm not exactly sure. I was thinking of the game where you're playing as heister, the little heisters in the red, white, yellow, pink colors, and they all have different abilities, right?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
Keep going. I'll remember it later.
Yeah, so that, and then Unmechanical Extended.
Never heard of it.
Me neither.
Cool. Okay, yeah. After we finish this recording, I am absolutely going downstairs to set up Game Pass, and maybe we'll record some Smite while I download something like Payday 2 or something that we can play together.
Yeah, download Payday 2 right now.
Yeah.
Go down now and start downloading it. Just buy the game. It's outside of Game Pass.
We're sitting at an hour and 50 minutes on the recording, so if you want to go ahead and tie it up, I'm actually opening up Steam right now to contact soon.
I checked at the Escapists. It has no multiplayer.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I should have figured. That might still be one I'll try though. Do they still have Dead Rising 3 on there?
I think they have all of them, but Dead Rising 3 is definitely on there, so we could play that as well.
Oh, I didn't mean to play that multiplayer, but we could probably try it.
It has co-op, so.
Oh, it does have co-op. It does. Yay. That could totally be a thing that Addy will. I've already played through Dead Rising 3 with the trial of Game Pass that was given out with the Xbox One. But Addy can absolutely start a gameplay file of his own, and I'll play as Dick while he plays as Nick.
By the way, as for other plans with the channel, because I guess this is an announcement podcast now. Yeah. Aside from the new freaking thing that we've talked with Pink about doing a playthrough of Streets of Rage, because Pink has played the game, and the only bit of experience I have is with Alien vs Predator, the arcade game. So.
Okay, how many people can Streets of Rage have in one one co-op?
2 or 3.
Okay.
Definitely 2, but I'm not sure about 3. I'll check it.
I'm more of a Final Fight man myself, but I'll try Streets of Rage.
By the way, Double Dragon is also.
Is it Final Fight?
Double Dragon is also. It is Final Fight. If you're thinking of the one with Guy.
Yeah, Guy, Cody, and Hagar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Final Fight.
Actually, I wish it was Final Fight because that would work really well. I could play Hagar, Pink could play Cody, and Addy could play Guy because he's a huge fucking weeb.
I play Guy because I can only play Guy out of those 3 in the actual Street Fighter games.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter 5 still. That game is a lot of fucking fun. I can't wait for them to add Cody and Sagat. Oh, and I am so excited for G as well. Good times are coming on. This summer is going to be fucking great, I can tell. This is going to be a great summer.
Well, apparently, Streets of Rage does have 3 characters, so I'd assume that they would make it so you can play with 3 people online.
Alright. Okay, so is that what you've been doing the past couple weeks? Playing Payday?
Yeah, pretty much. Just playing Payday.
and doing work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, by the way, yeah, I started working back on as an actual job.
Oh, an actual job.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a newspaper delivery person.
Oh,
I
you
get
you talked
yeah.
about that on last week's podcast, didn't you?
Did I?
I think you did.
No, I think I just told you before we started recording. I'm not sure.
Huh.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned it before. I don't recall if it was on a podcast or if it was just while we were playing Smite.
Perhaps it might have been while we were playing Smite and not recording. Which, speaking of Smite and not recording, I feel like we should hold off on recording Smite at least up until Soon and I get up to level 15 so that we can play Assault. Because that'll be where
Alright.
that'll be where we have most of our dumb LP funsies, at least until we
Yeah.
get good.
Because everyone's going to be completely random.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the worst fucking thing to play against someone in Assault that actually gets rolled their main though, because they will just wipe everybody.
Man,
Especially
if you would have seen me playing as Nemesis like 2 days ago with Pink.
do you like Nemesis? Is that implying that you like Nemesis?
No,
That was implying that we got our asses handed to us.
yeah,
Okay.
I got 0 kills, 10 deaths, and like 7 assists.
Nemesis is the bruiseriest assassin. Like, she has no capability to strike. Like, she's the complete opposite of Thanatos and Loki, where Thanatos and Loki will be able to hit you whenever you're at low health and just kill you in one swing and then run the fuck away. Nemesis is not about that at all. Nemesis was released as a warrior, and they changed her to an assassin for some reason, but she still mostly plays like a warrior.
Oh, well then that explains why I can't play as her.
Yeah. Like,
Because-
imagine the least assassinish parts of Thor and multiply them and get rid of his ability to launch across the map. So he's not even an assassin anymore, and you have Nemesis.
But yeah, like I think I'm getting better with Loki, and with Anubis I'm just good. So
Yep. All right. So we are speaking of Smite. We are sitting at 1:50, or not a minute.
I'm in it at 50. Yeah.
We're gonna release a
this minute podcast.
2-minute podcast. All right, let's do this. All right.
2 minute podcast sponsored by Flower Energy.
Yeah. We have the 5-hour energy to do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. We're sitting at 1 hour and 50 minutes, and Soon's probably waiting in the rafters to play some Smite. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Later.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.